Okay, so let's get started setting up a new project. We're going to be using Create React App, so make sure you've got that installed. Then we want to make sure we're in a directory where we want to create the new app, and then we want to npx create React App Redux Saga tutorial. Okay, so from here I'm going to be switching to my favorite IDE, which is WebStorm, and I'm going to be using the terminal window within there. So I'm going to open up my project, Redux Saga tutorial, and I'm going to open up the terminal window. Now we want to install Redux and Redux Saga, and we may as well install React while we're at it, and also Axios, which we'll be using as our HTTP client to call the API. So let's npm install -- save Redux, React Redux, Redux Saga, React Strap, React, React DOM, and Axios. Okay, so once that's done, let's just set up the directory structure. So within source, we want to create a new directory called components, another one called actions, we want reducers, and we also want sagas. Then let's delete this app.test.js, move app.js and app.css into components, and go into app.js. And for now, let's just get rid of all this and return an empty div. Get rid of this logo import, and actually we don't need the CSS for the app component, so we can just get rid of that as well. We can delete logo.svg. Let's see what's in index.css. Let's just delete this as well for now. We need to fix the import in index.js. So we want to be in components/app, remove the index.css import, and let's in the div in app, let's just write test for now. From here, we want to make sure we npm install, then we want to npm start. Okay, awesome, everything's working. We can start building up our app from here. So the dummy API we're going to be using is called REM REST API, and straight from the documentation, REM is a REST API for prototyping. It accepts JSON requests, returns JSON responses, and persists data between requests like a real API. But your test data is only visible to you. It's CORS enabled and no API key is required. And the awesome thing is, it comes already with a users list. So if we navigate to this URL, we can see we have pre-populated data here with a user list. So this is the example data we'll be using, and also we'll be adding to this list and deleting from it. So we want to configure Axios to prefix all our API calls with this URL. So we can do that by going into our index.js. We want to import Axios from Axios, and we want to set some defaults for Axios. So the way we do that is we set axios.defaults.with credentials. We want to set that to true. Then we want to set the base URL for Axios, and we want to set that to the rem REST API.herokuapp.com/API. So then all we need to do then when we're calling any API endpoints, all we'd be doing is calling it like could be axios.get, for example, /users. And because we've got the base URL set as a default, it would prefix this string here with the API URL we've specified here. Okay, let's get rid of that. And now we'll move on to creating our Redux actions and reducers.